Hi, Karen from Quantum Heart Awakening. Welcome to my channel. I am a transpersonal educator, spiritual coach, and oracle. So today I want to do a play and sovereignty reading. I've only done one of these before, but I was feeling into the importance. So why on earth would I combine play and sovereignty? How do those things go hand in hand? Well, the more we can allow ourselves to play and to access that sweet innocence and that exploration that so often children can access, the more confidence and grounding it will gift us in order to step into our sovereignty. So, what is sovereignty? In short, sovereignty is to be completely in control of self. It is to be the ultimate authority over oneself. And so we're going to look at play. We're going to look at what's blocking play, any limiting beliefs. We're just going to lean in and see what comes up. Okay, let's get one card for the overall reading. Okay, what do we need to know about play, sovereignty, blocks to play, feelings of inadequacy, fears? What's showing up for the collective right now? One card for the overall reading, please, Spirit. One card. One card for the overall reading. Okay, we have healing. All right. I'm just going to leave that there for the duration. What's in the unconscious? Love. Wow. Okay, hold on. Let's get organized. Let me use actually a real support. Here we go. All right, I did not make this up. You saw me shuffle on camera. So healing is the 66 card. Love is the 6 card. They're both blue Merkabas. What is happening right now? Okay, let's lean in. So the overall lens in which we are looking at this reading through and feeling this reading is healing. So we are stepping into deeper healing so that we can surrender to that inner child, so that we can provide a safe internal and external environment for that inner child to come out and play, so that we can actually put our inner child on their rightful place right next to us, so that we can support their needs, heal their fears, and really show up for them, maybe in a way that adults and other people in our lives never showed up for us. So what's being pushed into the unconscious is love. I did not think this was going to be, I thought it was going to be a sweet little light and fluffy reading. We're going deep. It's just where the energy is calling us today. So let's really honor how sensitive this is and tender as we take a step deeper into learning about self and showing up for our playful selves. Okay, so we're pushing love into the unconscious. Why would someone do that? Why would we want to push away love? Well, we may have developed associations in our childhoods or in our lives that love was not safe. It was not safe to give love. It was not safe to receive love. So that's one kind of main reason why we might push love away. We may also push love away because we don't feel worthy of love, right? We might feel so uncomfortable when people try to love us that it almost, I once heard someone describe what it's like for someone to receive love who never grew up with love, and they gave the best analogy. Have you ever been outside in the snow in the winter for so long and your skin is so frozen, your hands are so numb because there's so little blood flow moving through the body, and then you go inside and you immediately try to put your hands or even your whole body in hot water? What happens when you try to radically warm up from being frozen outside for so long? It burns. And I thought this was the most poignant analogy for trying to receive love when you didn't really grow up with the infrastructure of love. So it can hurt. It can hurt to try and receive love. It can feel unsafe. It can feel untrustworthy, right? There's so many things that can come up. I have to, is this on camera? No, it's not. Let me put it here. Actually, I'm going to put it right here, and we're going to stare at these things. We're going to keep these in our sights throughout the entire reading. Let me move this over so we could see it. Okay. Wow, I didn't think we were going to come out the gate swinging, but that's just what happens. Okay. I don't really know where to go from here. Hold on, let me feel into this for a second. Okay, when I see a Merkaba, I'm not sure how to pronounce it, but when I see this image, I never see it as a still 2D image. I am feeling the vortex of energy of this Merkaba spinning in all directions at all times. So these cards are very stimulating, activating. They really initiate the vortex energy in me. So I can feel the intensity of this reading. Okay, let's see. What are we working with? What are we working with? Remember, we're looking through the lens of healing, and this is a play and sovereignty reading. So what's blocking play? We have in the unconscious this love. So what would support us in bringing love into consciousness, into our waking lives? What would support healing? The heart chakra, what would support us? Wow, these cards are not jumping for me today. So sometimes it needs a little shuffle, and sometimes that means I have to ask a different question. Let me shuffle this way to see if we... Okay. All right, let's take them. This is a lot, but we're going to take every single one of them. Make sure that's on camera. Okay, we have wisdom. We have love begins. We have rejoice and celebration in reverse. We have moving on in reverse. We have intuition in reverse. And mind you, we've been tracking intuition the last week. Intuition and blocks to intuition continue to come up. Okay, we have lots of blue. We have lots of throat chakra. We have emotional loss and the throat chakra. Okay. All right. So, I'm looking at this wisdom and love almost like the caboose of the train. It's the product of all of this other work. So we're kind of looking at this, if this is the front of the train, maybe the engine room where I don't know if trains still run on coal, if there's still trains like that, but this is where you're fueling the fires of this kind of engine. Okay. It's not an accident here that we have intuition moving on, which is a discernment card for me, and rejoice and celebration all in reverse. And I have to look at the upright. So we have emotional loss and throat chakra. Okay, collective, where I think some of you, let me slow down and honor the tenderness of this message. I was kind of responding to the intense energy, but let me just drop in a little bit. Okay, so collective, you are being called to maybe drop into the heart space and sit as the divine witness, to really just hear and listen and feel and intuit what is actually going on within the heart chakra, to take accountability for anything that is unsaid or unfelt, or specifically, there's something here that has not been communicated to a person, place, or thing regarding emotional loss. So at a pretty young age, I think I was in my 20s, I can't remember when, but I had lost a lot of people very close to me, very close together, like within 30 days. And this is before my spiritual awakening. This is before I had any tools in my toolbox. This is before I had any knowledge and wisdom to my name. I did not have the correct tools or perspective or pathway. I didn't know how to navigate grief. I didn't know what to do with it. I didn't even let myself feel it very much. And so it came out in pretty unhealthy ways. I was going out a lot. I was drinking a lot. I was very social, and I kind of was like performing for everybody else, basically in avoidance of my own grief. And so I'm inviting you, and to close the loop of that story, is it started to manifest that me not releasing my grief and creating safe space for me to vibrate those really tense and dense emotions. It created a lot of blockages in my life. It created a lot of pain in my physical body. It created a lot of issues for me. So I'm lovingly calling upon you to revisit your heart space, to take accountability for any sort of feelings. I'm not just going to say grief, because you may have, the full spectrum of emotions regarding some sort of emotional loss. It could be a breakup that you never properly processed. It could be a job loss. It literally could be any loss where you've had an emotional, energetic dynamic with it that you never really let out. Okay, so you're being called to take accountability and ownership of your own feelings. Now, this feels like a narrative to me. So it's like when you do this, when you're able to communicate, and mind you, our throat chakra doesn't always have to mean that you're physically going to speak to a person. It could just mean that you are owning that truth for yourself. You're reclaiming your voice to yourself, right? You can speak your truth in writing, in a journal. You can vibrate your emotions and truth through dance, through creation, through art, through, there's a million infinite ways that you can vibrate and reclaim this, energetic currency for yourself. By doing this, you will be able to access your intuition. You would then be able to discern people's place. I can't even talk. People, places, and things that it's time to move on from, things that no longer serve you. Because don't forget, the version of self that is holding back and suppressing your emotional truth will have created an entire life for themselves to feel safe, to engage with certain people that will allow this version of yourself to stay where you are. Once you vibrate and release this pain or whatever this truth is, you will all of a sudden become a different version of self. And you might not need the people, places, and things that you needed prior to this moment. So again, this is going to call for deeper discernment, right? It might even be a little challenge. I can't talk. Sorry, I'm getting ahead. Let me take a sip and chill out. Hold on. Ooh, I was thirsty. Okay. With this new version of self, it may call you to end relationships and friendships, move, quit a job. This vibration is not for the faint of heart. This is your next evolution of self. By stepping through these pillars of truth, you will ascend to this next version of self. Once you do that, you will be able to identify who, what, and where can hold your new vibration. You will quite literally, let me sneak this out without knocking everything over. You will quite literally meet community and people and maybe new family members, or I don't know. You will meet people that will be able to hold this new vibration of self. This is that 3 of Cups card in the tarot, right? Cups are vessels to hold liquid, which is symbol of emotions, right? Your new power is in owning and stepping into your sovereignty within your emotional truth. This is not a small task. This is a profound next level up for you. So again, you will no longer have to, here, let me say it in a different way. Hold on. Here's the thing. When you go through life suppressing your truth, you attract people who will also suppress your truth and will suppress their truth. These people will not invite you to the next iteration of self. They won't challenge you. However, when you own your truth, when you vibrate that out, you are claiming your worthiness. You are telling the universe, the quantum field, that you are worthy in all iterations of self, whether you're grief, whether you're angry, whether you're filled with rage, whether you're in ecstasy and bliss and pleasure and joy, your worthiness will not shift. Your worthiness is your birthright. It is a constant, stable foundation. It is only your perception of self that shifts, right? So once you release this, once you reclaim your heart space and your worthiness in your self-love, you will meet others that will support you, that will celebrate this new version of self, that will call you to a higher interpretation of existence and being. This is a profound, profound thing. And then what happens when you do this? You alchemize knowledge into wisdom, and love begins. You will now be able to alchemize on the fly. You will now be able to come into relationship with the world around you in a more loving place. Why? Because you are abundant. Because you learned how to own your truth and fill your own cup. Look at this beautiful, beautiful, this, for me, this is very much a divine feminine, divine masculine twin flame card. This, we have two different sleeves signifying two different people. And this overflowing chalice is pouring into this beautiful, beautiful river. And it almost looks like it's an infinite overflowing cup, right? There's no source pouring into this cup, but it's continuing to fulfill this river. And yet the river is not overflowing, right? It's a beautiful symbiotic flow. Wow. Woo, what a cool reading. Sorry, I needed some more lemon water. Okay, where should we go from here? Where should we go? I just want to get, I kind of want to get some quick inner child cards, but maybe I'll save those for the end. Let's get some of these fun cards. Remember, this is a play and sovereignty reading. So let's just recap so we can ground a little bit. We're looking at this entire play and sovereignty reading through the lens of healing. We are also honoring the shadow that is, that love is in the shadows, so that the work of this reading is bringing love out of the shadows into the light and illuminating worthiness, illuminating our divine truth. Okay. Whew. All right, what do we need to know, Spirit? Anything else? Anything else? Anything else? Let me just get all the cards out. Anything else? Wow. Okay. Anything else? Anything else? Anything else? Anything else, Spirit? Sorry if it's annoying. I keep saying that, but that's just how the energy flows. Gosh, there's a lot of messages here. Okay, we're going to take them all. We're going to take every single one. Let's just look at what's in the unconscious. I like to start there first. Okay, endings. We have the skull card. So what's being pushed into the shadow are endings. Don't we have it here? Remember, when we can own our authentic self-expression, we will be able to access intuition and discernment. Once we have access to the wisdom of our discernment, then we can make appropriate endings, right? So by going through this process, we make the way by walking the way. You can't access endings yet until you reclaim your truth, right? So let's honor. Don't get upset if you're not able to discern what you need to leave behind. It's okay. You will make the way by walking the way. Or another way to say that is quite literally, the path will appear under your feet as you start doing this work, as you start showing up and taking accountability for your own truth. Okay, this is going to be a sloppy reading, and I don't care, because what matters are the messages. We have journey. We have bullseye, focus. We have... I'm taking all uprights for these just because that feels right. We have chance. We have the sunflower card, action. We have, I told you in the last reading, I don't know if you guys watched it, but I always have these good luck cards, and they just bother me. I don't know why. They just don't feel good in my system, because I'm a person that is promoting sovereignty, right? So I don't really believe in luck. I believe that we create our truth, or we honor our truth, and we create situations that are in alignment with who and what we are, with our soul vibration. So luck doesn't really have space in this sovereign journey. I mean, does it? You tell me. I mean, maybe it does, or maybe someone has a better interpretation of good luck. I'll get there, but I laugh because it just annoys me, because in almost all of these decks, there's literally a good luck card. Okay, let me move on. Let's see what we have here. I'm sorry if these aren't on camera. I can move them up once I'm done reading all of them. Okay. Good luck, disruption, lightning, protection, surrender, achievement, journey, focus, chance. Okay, so this water card is standing out very much to me. So, collective, in order to access your healing, love, and play, you are being called to surrender to the emotional depths, right? It could be really scary going into those untapped emotions that maybe you haven't visited for, months or years or decades even. So, you're being called to I'm seeing the visual of someone in the ocean. Maybe they fell overboard. So I'm sure most of you know this, that the more you panic in the water, the more you will sink. The more you can stay calm and like lean back on your back, you will actually float, especially if it's in salt water, right? You're more buoyant in salt water. So there's something here about getting to a place where you can actually surrender to the flow of your authentic truth, right? Your authentic, true emotions. By taking a chance on self, by having enough faith in self that you can do this, that nothing bad will happen, that you will not abandon, betray, or reject self by taking a chance. If anything, by avoiding your emotional truth, you're actually causing more harm than good, right? So you're being called to go on this journey. We have this labyrinth card, right? And it's a very, I don't know if you know anything about labyrinths. Sometimes there's man-made, well, they're mostly all man-made. I meant you could trace them with your finger, or you can actually go and walk a labyrinth. But it's supposed to be like a meditative practice where you kind of just follow the maze and you go through and you breathe and you bring your awareness to the present moment without getting too caught up on getting out of the maze. The practice is, again, to return to the breath and bring all of your awareness to just one foot in front of the other. And by doing this and going at this honoring pace, you will be able to get to the end without betraying, abandoning, or rejecting a piece of self, right? This is the name of the game. We want to bring all of the parts of self, all of the pieces of self out of the shadows and into the light. We want to give them a place at the dinner table, at the family dinner table. And you want to integrate these beautiful, beautiful pieces of self, right? You want to tell them that they are worthy. You want to love them. You want to shower them with all of the love maybe they never received, right? That's the privilege of growing up, that we actually get to take accountability for our childhoods. We actually can go back and reprogram and rewrite and gift ourselves with all that love that we never received, or all of those experiences that we've never received. There's something here that you will be protected in this action. We have this evil eye card. You will be protected as you take authentic steps towards achieving your emotional truth. There's something, I think sometimes people would maybe feel alarmed by this lightning disruption card. It's a 41, which reduces to 5. That's a number of change, right? So remember that divine chaos is human order, that sometimes the tower has to fall in order to be rebuilt with a more solid foundation. Wow, that's a really cool message. Okay, let's see. What else do we want to get? Yeah, just for fun, let's get some inner child cards. I was going to do them at the end, but let's do them now because I have a feeling there's going to be... So as a channel, I can feel that there's another whole piece of this story. So I'm just curious when and where it's going to come out. All right, what do we need to know about play, sovereignty, healing, bringing out the love out of the shadows and into the light? Okay, we have today is the day. It's time to begin your journey. So yeah, if this is a sign, if you've been thinking about something that has been harmful to you in your life, today's the day to actually allow it to take up some space, to actually breathe a little bit, right? Maybe that's going for a walk and allowing yourself to conjure up those emotions or think about that situation and allow yourself to actually vibrate your emotional truth. Because that's the thing. I always think about when we are stimulating the vagus nerve and we're kind of moving the activated energy through our body, I think of our bodies like a soda bottle. Sometimes you have to shake it up in order to get all the fizzies out, right? Get all the fizz out. I don't know how else to say it, but I have that visual of a soda bottle. And sometimes quite literally you could shake, rattle, and roll to just vibrate that emotional body. It's time to let it go. Let go of all that no longer serves you. You deserve to be seen in your emotional truth. Let yourself be known. Let yourself be loved, collective. You are worthy to, here's the thing. You can't do, say, be the wrong thing to the right people. Write that down because it is so true. The right people will not abandon you in your emotional truth, in your time of healing, in your time of need. And then we have be true to who you are. This is another call for authentic self-expression. Fear will not stop you from shining. Do what you need to do. It may be difficult, but now is the time. Let's look and see what's in the unconscious. We have disappointment is not the end. There is hope even in the darkest of nights. So here's the thing. We may have had experiences where we have tried to bring out our emotional truth and authentic self-expression, and we've been met with pain, we've been shunned, we've been chastised, we've been made fun of. Let's honor how painful that must have been for some of you that have tried to be brave, that tried to share your vulnerability and got slapped down. Let us also honor that for whatever reason, the quantum field has delivered you to this moment, to this new moment of awakening. You aren't who you were then. Did I say that properly? You have skills, you have stamina, you have spiritual endurance that you didn't have back then. So you're being called to be brave and courageous, to meet yourself at the edge of self, right? Just because you were disappointed in the past doesn't mean you will always be disappointed in the future. Really important message. Don't give up. Okay, let's see what else we could get here. Should we get some, let's get some big picture cards. I think these are like my gateway activation cards. I forget the name of this deck, but it's listed below in the description somewhere. Okay, anything else you want to share with us, Spirit? About play, sovereignty, healing, love, owning emotions, owning emotional truth, accessing authentic self-expression. Where are we going with this today? Anything else? Let's see. Ooh, yummy. Okay, here we go. We have the Holy Grail card. And do you remember? Oh, I didn't say Holy Grail. I said chalice, but I was thinking Holy Grail. It says inner discovery, finding sacredness. You are what you seek. What did I say earlier? That you, that you can't do, say, think, speak the wrong thing to the right person. So if you are craving that healing is also craving you. You are on this path to owning your truth, to stepping into your power and owning your sovereignty, to solidify this fact that you are worthy in all versions of self. Then we have the Akashic Records, clearing old stories, releasing past lives, and freedom. Freedom, sovereignty. You know, some people use those words interchangeably. You're clearing out these old wounded stories. You are accessing this love and healing and gifting yourself with the love that you may or may not have received. Okay, this is interesting. We have another Merkaba here. We have Stargate Heart, heart chakra opening, unlocking, and generosity. Yes, collective, you are stepping into generosity of spirit, generosity of presence with self. The more you can bring presence and offer sacred safe space to these parts of self that are hidden in the shadows, that are in pain, the more you will be able to do this for the external world. And the more the world will do this for you. It becomes this sacred, like symbiotic, this kind of beautiful give and take relationship that you support self, the quantum field supports you, and you in turn support the quantum field. You support the collective. You can't make this up. I can't make this up. We have Temple of Truth, throat chakra, authenticity, self-expression. I'm not making this up. Like, there's so much blue. Look at these beautiful pillars of truth, right? Moving through these pillars of ascension. Then we have emerald tablet activation, cosmic ordering, divine alchemy, conscious manifesting. What did I say earlier? You are alchemizing all of this knowledge into wisdom. Once that happens, that will ignite your third chakra, your self-confidence, your self-esteem, your intuition. Where is it? It's back here somewhere. Is this it? Yes. Your intuition will go from not having access to opening the floodgates. Literally, look at this. Wait, can you see it on camera? Look at this, opening the floodgates, like, hello, Temple of Truth. Once you learn that you can contribute, that you have, how do I say this? That you are in control of creating a safe environment for your own expression of truth, then like all hell's going to break loose in the best of ways. The floodgates of love are going to open. Once you understand that you set your values, no one can tell you your value. You have to claim your value. You have to honor your truth. You have to remember your sacred existence, your, what's the word I'm looking for? You are part of this like royal quantum family. We all are. So you are being called to remember your origins. Honor that you came here, you chose to incarnate here, you came here to, right? We know this, right? Earth school is the hardest school. It's like the PhD of, I don't know if PhD is the hardest, but whatever. You know what I'm saying? It's a very hard place to be. We learn some of the hardest lessons because what happens? We come from the quantum field where we have this unlimited access to wisdom because of oneness, right? And then we are birthed into a human, through a human, as a human, and we forget. We forget our kind of quantum inheritance. We forget our quantum affiliation, right? And then we have to remember, we have to go through all these trials and tribulations to remember. But you are stepping into this authentic self-expression. You are honoring this divine alchemy, and you will be able to manifest consciously from this loving place. You're going to step into this love and healing. Look at this. Look at all this blue. Look at all this delicious communication. Remember, this could be communication within self or with other. Whew, I think I might leave it there. We started having repeating messages. Collective, thank you so much for being here. This was so powerful. I hope it was supportive, and I hope you take care of yourself. Take a moment to ground, and I will see you in the next one. Thank you for being with me. Bye.